water is so hard to control. Water
Right.
does what water wants to do. And so if the moon's able to control it, I can't even imagine what it does to our piddly little selves.
Right. Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. We're so happy that you can hang out with us today, just for a little bit, because, we really do appreciate when you guys all spend a little bit of your precious time to hang out with that girl and I every Monday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is where you can catch Song Swap Showdown live as we stream live on YouTube and also on Facebook if you want to check us out there. If this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, and how the show typically works is we each swap 3 songs with each other that we don't think the other's heard before, and then we rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a dumpster fire. Which last week's show there was a dumpster fire song. That's right. If you missed last week's episode,
according to you, I just want to go on record saying that.
Yeah, dumpster fire. All the way up to 5 records, which is heavenly music to our ears. That's right. That goes on the Eternity playlist. Now you may be asking yourself, well, Chris, Amanda, that girl. As if there's a third person in a room.
Sometimes there is.
Sometimes there is. How do you guys pick those songs? Well, hey, great question. We pick those songs by spinning the wheel of themes at the end of every single episode of the show, and that determines what next week's show theme will be, which is how we then pick the songs. And Amanda, we spun the wheel last week, as we always do, and it landed on a topic I think you and I were both pretty excited about. If you haven't guessed from the title of today's show, it's a good one.
Yes, let me just dive into it a little bit, because it's about space, stars, black holes, moons, all of the things that you might find outside of our atmosphere.
Into space.
Oh, what you got playing?
I don't know.
What you got playing right
it's
now?
Whatever this background music on StreamYard. It says Into Space. I was like, let me try it.
Chris and Amanda have a show. We're talking about space. Watch us go.
Wow, man, a freestyling this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No big thing. So, Amanda, tell us about today's show.
We could do it to Pink Moon by Nick Drake. Keep it going. Keep it going. Saw it written, and I saw it say, Pink Moon is on its way, and none of you stand so tall. Pink Moon gonna get you all. Woo! People are dropping like flies.
They're like, okay, in this stream. I'm so glad I got up early for this.
We're dropping our numbers. That's all right. This is all right, StreamYard. I don't hate it.
Into space. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get some spacey sounds. It's just some sort of beat.
That's what some Magic Mind does to me when I'm given some music, some Magic Mind. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but boom,
some
we got
Magic
Amanda
Mind.
rapping.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a fun show. I think we have the energy this morning. We've got the giggles. We got to get the giggles out.
That's right. We absolutely have to get them out. So listen, everybody, we as we go along here, feel free to play along with us as we go through our playlist with each other and talk about these songs and rate and review them on a scale of 1 to 5 records. So you let us know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's fine. Your opinion is all your own. So we do encourage you. And let us know, what other songs would you like to see on this playlist? What songs did we miss? What songs should we have talked about? And just to let you guys know, we did do Hum Stars 3 seasons ago. So it was discussed on the show. So once again, for everybody screaming like, how come there's no Hum Stars on this playlist? It's because it was done. We did it. Sorry. We're moving on. And yes, Hum is one of my favorite bands of all time.
And I will say, as Chris stated, the goal of the show is to swap 3 songs that the other doesn't know. Yeah, I cheated this week. I definitely cheated.
You cheated.
You play by the rules. I did not. I'm a cheater. I just call me out now.
It's okay though, because some of the songs you did send me, like I actually, well, we'll get into it. I'll save it for the show. But I mean, that Carpenters tune you gave me is one I don't think I'd ever heard before. So,
had you never heard it? I thought for sure you did.
I think I'd heard it like back in the day, like probably when I was a kid, but I'd forgotten the song even existed. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's go. Let's dive in. Let's start the show. Mm-hmm. Amanda.
Yes.
Are you going first? Or am I going first? What are we doing?
Let me do your Pink Moon by Nick Drake, since we already gave some sampling of that.
Okay. All right.
Let's get this one going and out of the way.
All right.
Although this is a short and sweet and to the point song.
Yes.
I had never heard this song.
Mm-hmm.
I had never heard any of the songs that you sent me. And spoiler alert, I really enjoyed the playlist that you created for me out of those 3 songs, Chris Baglio.
Well, you are very welcome. I was determined to make a playlist that, once again, songs I don't think you'd heard before, mm-hmm. and then just songs I think that I thought you would like really enjoy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I like to throw the metal songs in there and all that because I'm a big metal fan, and I know mm-hmm. that everybody who listens and watches the show loves to hear you talk about metal, but. I gave you songs that aren't metal at all. I just said, I'm going to give you songs that mm-hmm. I really enjoy, that I think reflect the theme of today's show pretty well. So I went that route instead of just going for here's an onslaught of metal tunes.
And what's interesting is I think our playlist, the 6 songs that we have, which if you haven't went and followed our playlist for 2024, the Song Swap Showdown 2024 playlist, please do.
Yes.
It's where all of our songs that we talk about each week live. The first 6 songs this week, I just feel like they're really mellow a little bit. Mm-hmm. And when I think of space songs, that's kind of what I think. I'm thinking laid back, traveling, mm-hmm. just a lot of space, not like space like the space, but empty space of stuff. You're like,
right.
I don't think it's loud. I think it would be very quiet potentially. I don't know. So this is something that I feel like fits my vision of what space is, but I'm curious if other people's vision of space is much more upbeat and loud. And vocal.
Well, yeah, I mean, this song in particular, and Nick Drake, I don't know how much research you went and did on this song.
I got some notes.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm going to throw it over to you because I'd love this. I want to see what you found out about Nick Drake, because then I'll share my story about how I actually found this song.
I have never heard of him before, had never heard of this song before. And so what I really enjoyed was it was so short and sweet. It was a 2-minute song. And it's kind of like when Johnny Cash said, when my song's done, it's done. I don't have to keep it lingering just to keep it lingering. And so I felt there was a little bit of that in the composition of this song. And I thought it was interesting. A Volkswagen commercial kind of brought it back to life in 99, which we talk about so often in our show, how often commercials, TikTok, social media give a life again to a song that's kind of just been buried or never mm-hmm. really became popular as it was. But what I found most interesting about this, Chris, was mm-hmm. that basically no one knew he was doing this.
Nope. He was a bit of a recluse. He was he also suffered from he had mental illness.
Yeah, some depression and struggles. Yes.
I watched this documentary on him ages ago, and it's very and this is in the 70s, and they weren't really doing a lot of the things or recognized what they do now.
Yeah.
Which I actually feel like is really only fairly recent. So he did not have a good existence in this world,
Mm-hmm.
But he made he somehow found a way to create some beautiful art, with what he was able to do with the time he was here on this earth. So it's amazing, that he was able to leave us sort of this legacy. And they didn't even know he was working on this record of songs.
No, according to songfacts.com, which is not an official sponsor of our show, but we get a lot of our information from there.
Yeah.
His record company had lost track of him, basically.
Yeah, they hadn't heard from him.
Only because one day he walked in with here you go, here's the record.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, okay. Okay.
Can you imagine that, the day that he just walked into the office and here's the tapes.
Here, tag, you're it.
record finished. They're like,
what?
Who are you? Oh, I'm Nick Drake. I'm an artist on this label.
Oh,
You are?
They go through the actual paper files. Oh,
I know.
You are. You are indeed.
Back in the 70s when everything's paper. So they're like file cabinet looking through.
Way in the back.
Nick Drake.
Nick Drake. Yeah, we do have something on you. We've been trying to call you for the last 10 years. Yeah. No.
Where the heck have you been?
And sadly, this was his last album.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. He later passed away from overdosing on what it sounds like his antidepressants, which to your point, what a time that even if it was being treated, there weren't a ton of options like there are now where they regulate the medicine and so many things. So tragically, it's really sad that that's where his path went, but he did leave us some treasures, and this song I do think is one of them. Chris, will you play a little bit of Pink Moon?
Well, I actually have the commercial all queued up that this was in, which is
some Volkswagen.
Which I will be honest, which is where I first heard this song back in '99.
I love
it. Led me down the path, which I feel like kicked off a lot, because if anybody remembers in the early '90s. In late 90s, like this is when you start getting a lot more of these commercials that were using more hip songs like Apple, iPod, like all of a sudden you were like had an explosion of like some artists, and it's just great. So it actually got a lot of exposure. And this is, in my full transparency, when I first heard this song, I was like, wow, I got to learn more about Nick Drake. And I wound up getting all of Nick Drake's albums and all that. And I just became a really big fan. So, but let's check it out where the American audiences all learned about Nick Drake.
This is the moment.
This is the moment. This is the Volkswagen commercial that it was in. And this is a great commercial. This commercial holds up in my eyes. Such a great commercial.
I saw it written and I saw it say, Bingo Moon is on its way. None of you stand so tall. Bingo Moon, gonna get you once again.
They're like, nope.
And I like how even like the slogan there, or not the whatever that's called, the Volkswagen thing,
the
is
Volkswagen
like moon.
logo is the is the
like
moon
illuminated.
Yeah.
It's the moon. It's sweet. You know, that sums up my life. I don't want to. I can't go to parties. Like I'll get there and go. Bad idea. Let's go. Let's go back home.
Yeah, Amanda, I would definitely that is you. But the thing is, I would be that. I think I would be that person too. There's something about, and I think this is what makes that song and this commercial so great, is that the song's perfect for that, like driving down, roof down, which creates so perfectly, and like the beautiful big moon in the sky, and it's kind of like, am I just gonna? I don't know. There's something about like there's a better moment in that. Than like going to the party, and I could definitely see the one being like, you know what? Because I really enjoy driving my car. I have a Mini, and I love it, and it's not a convertible but I do have a sunroof or moonroof or whatever you want to call it, and I definitely know the feeling of driving down a really great like country road, whatever, and just when it hits perfect, right? The song on the radio and the scenery, it's like I don't want to lose this. So I could definitely respect that. I could respect the way these people were like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep driving.
There's something, so simplistic.
Yeah.
About that. Just, I mean, we've got country roads galore. So if you're on a rocky country road, it's like, it's maybe not as soothing as what that drive was. But
yeah, well, obviously it's like the most beautiful part. So it's probably like West Coast somewhere. It looks like with you got the coastline to the left. Yeah, of course it's the most picturesque thing. Yeah, I'm not getting that. I mean, we get some roads here in New Jersey, but I'm not getting a pink moon moment.
No.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like just when maybe you were dating somebody and you guys just drove around? I mean, we're not the only ones. Like that's not a Michigan thing, right?
Oh no, I did that all the time. I definitely did that. You just drive around, you get in the car and go. We just get on like 80, crank the tunes,
And
kind of
just
go from one end and then turn around and come back down. I
hold
mean,
hands,
so
talk a
many nights
little.
like that.
Yeah,
Like
just
back in the day.
you didn't have to be home until this time.
Right.
You were going to use every second of it.
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. So, Pink Moon by Nick Drake.
Yeah.
I really loved it. I really felt it. I think this is a 5 record song for me.
Wow.
I really do.
5 records out of the gate.
5 records. And you know, when I first listened to it, I didn't attach to it the way that I'm attached to it now because I was like, you can't even understand what he's saying. Like that first line is, it's all written up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's very, but then as I researched, I felt like I was having a conversation with you, but in my own head. And you talked me up because when you hear the history of this song and you
Yeah.
just kind of feel a little bit more connected to him and how he did. So he was a private person and
Oh yeah.
I could respect that. And I feel like we all can get in that recluse state.
Mhm.
And it just made me really appreciate the whole package even more. So this would be one that I would not get tired of listening to. It's not,
Yeah.
it's just really nestles in really nice. And so 5 records from me. Well
Wow,
done.
5
Nick.
records.
Great.
Wow, excellent. Well, I accept your 5 records. Thank you for that. And I agree with you. I think there's a 5 record song. And I would urge you, Amanda, to go dive into Nick Drake's catalog because I really think that you're going to enjoy this, enjoy his music that he did. And what I really like about this record, too, is, I mean, when you talk about the singer-songwriter and all that, like, literally, this record, like, that song and this record is there's no other real instrumentation on this record except for his voice and guitar, like, the whole record. And that
Just
little
amazing.
piano part in Pink Moon, that's like it. That's the only
He
other
did it
time you
too.
get another instrument like in the record. So it's amazing. So I urge anybody out there, if you're into that kind of music, if you're into some singer-songwriter stuff, and I know it's kind of hip to be into Nick Drake these days, but honestly, the man's music deserves to be listened to. So check out Nick Drake when you get a chance, for sure. So
thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Chris Baglio.
you are welcome, Amanda Sharp. So, listen, before we get into your first song to me,
Yes.
your first song to me, we talked a little bit about it at the top of the show, but this is something Amanda and I are like so in love right now with Creative Mind. Like this is like our Magic Mind. Sorry, we're
It
in love
makes
with
our mind creative.
Yeah, it makes my mind creative, but like Magic Mind, this stuff is great, man. Let me tell you, because I was talking about it last time on our show last week, and the one thing that I have tried to, and you know, we drink a lot of coffee on the show. We talk about it, we drink a lot of it. We're a morning show, so I need my coffee. That's my definitely go to. But what I don't need, and this is where I've been trying to be better, is I really don't need that cup of coffee that I'm drinking, and sometimes it's multiple cups of coffee around that crash. You know, like
Yes.
that between the 2 to 4 o'clock, I crash, and I was getting into the habit of drinking more than one cup of coffee around that time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, you know, like there's nothing wrong with coffee, but sometimes there is such a thing as too much coffee. And in my case, I definitely feel like I'm drinking too much coffee. So, but the crash is real, right?
Mhm.
So I do need something. And so Magic Mind is the productivity shot that I like now that I've been using this now. It is better than coffee for me, and it gives me the boost that I need to kind of make it through the rest of the day, which, you know, I mean, I do a lot. You do a lot. You and I are both like super busy in our
Yeah.
lives as business owners, entrepreneurs, parents.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of responsibilities. I mean, keeping up that energy is like super key. So
It is. And
it's
you know,
cool.
when I have done any other energy type stuff in the past, it always upsets my stomach. It tears it up. It burns it up. I just
Yeah.
don't react very well. And honestly, I think I shocked my body when I drank it. It was like, what's this?
Yeah.
Because I don't really drink a lot of water either. So
Right.
when my body got something different than coffee, it was super excited about it. And I could feel that.
Yeah, it's super nice. And I got to tell you, this stuff is great. So, and it's not loaded. So I know there's a lot of these drinks on the market, these productivity shots, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. And this is what Amanda and I do not talk about products like this on the show unless we are using them and like we respect it. And so we are both using it. And as I said last week, like I care what goes into my body. I do. And not all these drinks are exactly the same. So what I dig about Magic Mind is it is totally 100% natural. With 12 different ingredients from matcha to Bacapa Minari to organic lion's mane mushrooms. I mean, it's really great what they put into this. So Magic Properties, real ingredients, absolutely 100%. Can't not recommend this enough, man. I really do dig it. And what's been great is that they're so nice to us over there is that for everybody who's listening to our show, right now you get 1 month free for the month of January. If you go over to magicmind.com/Jan Song Swap and use our code SongSwap20. And what you'll be doing only for this month of January, so there isn't much time left because we're in the last week of January. You're going to get 1 month free when you're subscribing for 3 months off their website. So get that 1 month free right now. Head over to magicmind.com/Jan Song Swap. And with our code, go to use it. Song Swap 20 is the code you want to use to get that free month. And it ends in January. So you got to take advantage of it now. Take advantage of it now. Today. You got to do it. Got to do it. Magic Properties, real ingredients. Say goodbye to feeling amped up and hello to feeling dialed in. That's right, Amanda. Are you dialed in, Amanda?
I'm dialed in.
You're dialed in. All right,
I
everybody.
Really think their packaging. I got to say, it's very soothing just looking at it. And and I'm funny about texture when I'm drinking something too. Yeah. And it is a really easy drink to drink.
It is. It 100% is. It's like... I don't know. You just open it, take the shot, and you're good to go. It's just great.
You're like QVC right now.
I know, because I'm like, because I see how the light is like overexposing it, so I'm like trying to like.
QVC is not going to be calling us anytime soon to sell their products, but
no, not with these hands.
We appreciate you, Magic Mind. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Magic Mind. And I hope you guys all enjoy it. So get out there now, 1 month free. Use the link in our notes below and the code SONGSWAP20. Amanda, your song to me this week. Yeah. Kicking it off with some Bob Seger. Shame on the Moon. Stacking the deck this week. Stacking the deck.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah. No, but this is a cool song. I mean, this is actually a song that so Rachel says this all the time because she listens to Sirius XM, and I think I forgot which channels. I think either Classic Vinyl or one of them, right? And they get into like these kicks where they just play like an artist, and then they seem to play the same 3 songs all the time. And Bob Seger, she's like, every time I turn it on, it's the same 2 Bob Seger songs every time. This was not one of the songs that she would complain about that they were playing all the time. And this is a really cool tune. Like, when you listen to this, you kind of, I guess, like, you kind of hear, I got to tell you, those other Bob Seger songs are good, but they are really played to death. Yeah, this is such a cool song. Like, just listening to this again really kind of brought me back because I grew up having Bob Seger on in the house all the time, and I've always liked the quality of his voice. I think he's a great songwriter. But what's interesting about this song, "Shame on the Moon," is this actually is a cover song, which I did not know about till I did actually research on this. That it's a cover song that was originally written by Rodney Crowell and recorded it. He recorded it on his own in 1981 on his self-titled album. And the song, basically, if you didn't know what it's about, reflects on the burdens and compulsions every man carries, which seem to be most acute around midnight. And it says in parentheses on some facts to come, maybe it has something to do with the moon. The only person who can really understand him is the one who lies beside him. So there you go.
Is that not so true?
It is. And with speaking with Cream Magazine in 1983, Bob Seger said it's more like a Western song, a cowboy song, than it is a country and Western song. And I actually like that distinction.
I think so too.
Because I always loved Thin Lizzy's The Cowboy Song, which is a great song. And I always said, there's a big difference between a cowboy song and a country and Western song. So I agree with that statement. He said, and the track is flawless. It's the best and tightest track on the album. We cut it in like 2 hours and everyone decided it was the miracle track. But then we had to decide whether or not to use it because The Distance, which was on the record, was going to be, or that was the name of the record, was going to be a real rock album. I purposely didn't write any medium tempo songs for this one because I wanted it to be hard rocking with a few ballads for pacing, but we figured we'd throw it on and see what happened. The next thing we know, the Capitol guys are saying, that's the single. Fine, whatever. I'll take it. Thank you, Rodney. It's a great song, and I'm beholden to the lad for writing it. This was Bob Seger's biggest crossover hit, climbing to number 2 on the Hot 100, where it stayed for 4 weeks, and it was held off by Baby Come to Me by Billie Jean. It was number 1 on the adult contemporary chart and his only entry on the country chart, where it went to number 15.
It's a solid song.
It's a solid tune. Now, do you have? Well, you know what? Let me play a little bit, and then I want to hear some why this landed on your list. So let's listen to a little bit of "Shame on the Moon." Play some video here. It's not really a big video. It's just.
Incidentally, we cannot find the CD that belongs to the CD case.
Really?
Bob Seger album. I don't know where it is.
Until you've been beside a man, you don't know what he wants.
The cowboy.
Such
You don't know if he cries at night. You don't know if he don't. When nothing comes easy, old nightmares are real. Until you've been beside a man, you don't know how he feels.
Oh yeah.
Once inside a woman's heart,
it's just
a man must keep his
like
head.
a story is all that it is.
Yeah.
It's a written story that
Heaven opens up the door.
the outlet people is sing it.
Where angels fear to tread.
Such a good one.
Go crazy.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I dig this song a lot. I think that this song is like, I agree with what they said. I never thought about it before. I just read that was the country, the cowboy song.
Yeah.
And it really is, because it's got dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 and you picture that like totally like out on the plain, like campfire, classic cowboy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but it really is, and I think it paints that picture well when you think about it. And it's like, but here we are talking about songs that are supposed to be in space. And so I guess this is like Cowboys in Space. Well, it is a song about the moon, and there is that thing of like how the moon affects people. They always say like a full moon, like everything kind of goes whacked during a full moon for sure. Let alone werewolves are on the run. Just that's a whole other thing.
Different fear.
I don't want to talk about the werewolf epidemic on the show. I don't want to trigger anybody, so we're not going to talk about werewolves today. But we're going to talk about how the moon does affect people. Like, so many songs and odes have been written to the moon. I think the moon definitely has that like effect on people.
Well, if it can control the tides, why on earth can it control a mood?
That's very
or
true.
What our body does. So
Yes.
I definitely believe, and I'm not all like that type of into astrology. Like, I don't do that. It's a
You're not
lot.
all woo woo.
I'm not. I really am not. Not that I'm against it or anything. I don't track it. It's a lot to know. I know I'm a Leo.
Right.
I'm a Leo. But I do believe that if the moon can control water is so hard to control. Water
Right.
does what water wants to do. And so if the moon's able to control it, I can't even imagine what it does to our piddly little selves.
Right. There you
So
go.
yeah, blame it on the moon.
Blame it on the moon. Blame it on the moon. And shame on the moon. Shame on the moon. That's like old man yells at moon. Shame on you, moon.
Do it more like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Shame on you, moon.
Shame on you, moon. So where do I rank this song on a scale of 1 to 5 records? Well, it is a good song. I really do like the song a lot. I think this is, even though it's not a Bob Seger original, I find Bob Seger's cover version of this song to be really good. I really like this. I think it's a good song, and it's one I would absolutely put on. It is not a skippable song in my book.
Yeah.
So this song for me, while it's not an Eternity playlist song, it is definitely up there with a song that I really enjoy from Bob Seger's catalog of recorded songs. So with all that being said, I'm going to place this song at a 4.6.
Ooh, man, we're getting some good ratings so far. So
I think the song deserves it. I really dig the song. And I don't know, listening to it again, you know, I know it's like some serious dad rock vibes here with this song, but like, but you know, this is the kind of song too where like when we talk about songs hanging out, we've talked about this a lot. Hanging out, backyard with your friends, you know, fire pits going, you know, it's the end of the day, you know, you're done cooking off the grill and now you're just chilling with your homies. No, it's just, you know, hanging with your it's just a great song that comes on and you're like, yeah. So it's like Pink Moon and then this come on and you're like, yeah.
This is setting the mood.
That's right. We're setting the mood.
Summer nights, like come on, summer, come back.
I like how you and I both kind of had like these pensive songs at the start of our playlists.
Very much. So, yeah, it's a very chill, thoughtful playlist this week. I'm really, really, really liking it.
So, before we move on to our second songs,
okay.
I want to take care of the comments we have. Because as usual,
commented up.
I feel like it's become a highlight of the show. At least the highlight of the show for us.
I'm really jealous of one of the comments that Ian left for you.
I know. Ian, our friend from Australia, who, of course, as you guys all know who listens to the show, pops in comments early because he's in bed by now because it is very late in Australia. But as always, he is so kind and leaves us song recommendations based on the theme because he plays along as well. And considering, too, he is from down under, he's always giving us some great Australian artists to check out, which is great because, you know, I don't, other than like UK and some Canadian stuff, there's not much I know other than like the bigger hits, the bigger bands out of Australia. So this is great. Sorry. So here for songs for Amanda from Ian, Zero Gravity by Kate Miller, Heidke, To the Moon and Back, Savage Garden. That's a great song. Actually, Garden. Savage Garden is an Australian band, or is he just picking that one?
I think he's just
I don't know.
I'm going to Google it while you're going over
Google
the
that.
I'm gonna
and then Distant Sun by Crowded House. Crowded House, definitely an Australian band. Crowded House is great. Crowded House is great. They're a great band, and I got to dive way more into that catalog. So thank you, Ian.
They're Australian.
Savage Garden is Australian. Okay. There you go. Thank you,
Ian. Oh my gosh. Australian pop duo Savage Garden formed in, is it Brisbane?
Brisbane. I think Brisbane. I think that's how you say it.
At the end of 1996. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. And now, picks for me, which I got to be honest with you, this was on my original list, this first song. Under the Milky Way by The Church was on my original list. And what, so I'll get into that in a second. New Moon Rising by Wolf Mother, great song, and Private Universe by Crowded House. So, first of all, Ian, thank you so much for all the Crowded House recommendations, because you are definitely going to force me to go back and check out the full Crowded House catalog, other than, like, you know, the hits we heard here in the U.S. Under the Milky Way by The Church is a fantastic song, by the way, and that was going to be on my playlist first. And what was funny is that the original song they were going to use in that Volkswagen commercial with Nick Drake, Pink Moon, was Under the Milky Way.
Oh, interesting.
And I just, you know what, I should have shared that part of the story, but just a real quick, I will share that because we're talking about it. So this is coming from Song Facts. So a year or two after Volkswagen ad aired, Joe Boyd, the producer of Drake's first two albums, was in Boston. He met with Arnold Worldwide, the ad agency that created the Pink Moon commercial. They told me that VW had commissioned him to create something to attract young buyers, and they came up with the idea and storyboard based on Under the Milky Way by The Church. Okay, the whole, and then this is what Boyd had said to Uncut Magazine. The whole thing was done. It had taken weeks. They were meeting with Volkswagen the next day. He continued. That night, one of these hip guys was at home with a Chinese with a Chinese takeout and a joint, and he started listening to Nick, and it just hit him. He played Pink Moon over and over, and in the morning, he listened to it again and said, yes, this works. With 20 minutes to go before they met with Volkswagen executives, he persuaded the rest of them to switch from the Church to Pink Moon.
Boom.
So, and because I did have Church Under the Milky Way, which I thought is such a beautiful song, and then I was like, oh man, no, I got to get Pink Moon on here. And so, but like, listen, I'm going to share that real quick just because no one's ever heard this song before. Let me play a little bit of Church Under the Milky Way because it's a good tune. Such a good song, man. While we're talking about it, figure we got to share a little bit of the church here. It's a great, beautiful song.
Sometimes when this place gets kind of empty, sound of their breath fades with
I gotta tell you, this guy still look cool. And this is from like the 80s. It still looks cool. These are all Instagram filters and TikTok filters.
Right.
Loveless fascination.
The original selfie.
Under the Milky Way tonight.
Life is so simple. What happened?
Yeah.
Lower the curtain down, alright. I got no time.
So it's a good song.
A private consultation.
Oh, I just want to get
So like
under the Milky Way.
So silky, smooth.
smooth, but unbothered.
Wish I knew what you were looking for.
I love this chorus.
Might have known what you would find.
Very pure-esque,
Those glasses. I forgot about them.
Something shimmering and white.
All right, so anyway. So, Amanda, where would you rate the Church Under the Milky Way?
You know what? I'd probably...
By the way, 16 million views on this. In 10 years, uploaded 10 years ago, 16 million views.
We're excited when we get 1,000.
Yeah, for real.
So I probably... I this one lacks something from me a little bit. It's
Okay.
good. It's
Yeah.
good, but it's not like... It doesn't speak to me the way that, Pink Moon did or Blame It on the Moon, like that type of stuff. I feel like this is like a 3.7-ish type of.
Okay.
What about you?
I think that's fair. I really like this song a lot. I think it's cool. I'm definitely going to give it, I would give it a 4.5. I mean, I really like this song. I think it's just mood. I do feel like I'm floating in space when I hear it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Dave Mattingly checking in with Under the Milky Way is on my daily playlist.
Well, look at that. And that leads me to the comment that I'm really jealous that Ian left, where Ian says, I'm currently in the process of granting Dave citizenship, as I believe he has chosen 2 Aussie songs this week. Where's our citizenship, Ian?
Yeah, really.
Do you just write us in? Is that how it works?
I think that's it. You just get written in, and then we get voted in by the court of whatever,
The court of welcomers.
Yeah, the court of welcomers.
I think you got it right.
Yeah. Dave Malley checking in with Good Morning Space
Morning,
Singers. And of
Dave.
course, as always, Dave, our Mr. VP of Song Swap Showdown.
VIP and VP, yeah.
Has given us some suggestions as well. He says, my songs for Chris, oh my God. I can't even pronounce
so mutants. So Mutants.
Os Mutants, New Planet. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Dave. Os Mutants, New Planet. Men Without Hats. I love, and I did listen. Great song. 2,000 Light Years from Home and Midnight Oil, which is great. By the way, too, I want to say something about Midnight Oil. Is like a lot of people just think of it as Beds Are Burning because that was the big hit here in the U.S. But man, they had some really edgy, angular, almost like punk songs. And I gotta tell you, you gotta go back and check out some older stuff. But I gotta play this song real quick for everybody because Dave's been pumping this song.
We are doing some bonus footage,
and I am just I just gotta get this because I want everybody to kind of let me see if I can get this up here.
warm up your coffee. We're going until 10 o'clock today, friends.
Yeah, it's just like, you guys are in for it today. We're doing the show.
We're having fun.
Oh, here it is. 2,000 light years from home. Men without hats.
All right.
I just got to get it on here because Dave's been pumping the song up, and it is fun. I mean, it's Men Without Hats, and everybody remembers the safety dance, but they're more than the safety dance.
Sun turning round with graceful motion. Setting up with soft explosion.
He even gives us like the YouTube video.
Yeah.
And there's always this creepiness point that comes in that we listen to.
Very lonely. You're 100
It's just happy.
years from home.
What would you do if you found yourself 100 light years away from home?
Yeah. Say that question again. I didn't hear. I couldn't hear you over rocking out from 2,000 light years from
I
home.
mean, too much. What would you do if you woke up just one day and found yourself like 1,000 light years away from home?
Oh my God, I don't know if I'd be able to process it.
Like, yeah, like that would be the same as if someone like lived in
Yeah.
the 1600s and then came to 2023.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What?
What's happening?
So, Dave, thank you.
Very good.
And now his picks for Amanda are Amanda Clatu calling Occupants from Interplanetary Craft, which we're talking about the Carpenters version of that song.
Yeah, so we were close.
Yeah. Ray LaMontagne.
Ooh.
Supernova. LaMontagne. Tang. I don't know. Supernova and Moby. We Are All Made of Stars. Great song. These are all awesome songs.
Recommendations.
Very good,
always
Dave.
wonderful. Always wonderful.
Yeah. And Dave saying 2,000 Light Years, originally by the Rolling Stones, came from Men Without Hats 2021 album. Thank you, Dave. Dave, the music historian.
That was a shoulder bopper for sure.
That was a shoulder bopper for sure. All right, Amanda.
Yes.
Back to music reviewing.
Back to the music.
We've been talking about music. I mean, we got a lot of bonus stuff here. Bonus songs.
We've covered like 18 songs now, but back to your second song to me. I'm right? We didn't skip. I feel like,
We didn't skip.
okay. I'm on number 2. All
Don't
right.
mind me. I'm just gonna shoot some magic mine.
So, do you realize ? By Flamingo Lips? I think it's really funny that like the question marks.
Wait,
are in-
did you say the Flamingo Lips?
Oh my gosh, I did. I meant Flaming Lips.
The Flamingo Lips are the little known side project band.
Flamingo Lips. Do flamingos even have lips?
I don't know. They have beaks.
They have beaks. Like, what's wrong with me? I need a magic mind.
You may need to lay off the magic mine.
That's true.
I sent you all those bottles. I think they're all got her.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But I mean, how many songs have question marks in the title?
I'm sure a lot.
I don't. Oh, I was gonna say like hardly any.
Dave coming in with the Flamingo Lips play flamenco.
This is too much. Oh, so great. All right. So let me try that again. Do you realize by Flaming Lips?
Yes, the Flaming Lips.
So I'm gonna immediately start out by saying, when you play this song at first, to me, it sounds as if it's a Christmas song. The tune of it sounds like a Christmas song.
That's interesting, but I see where you're coming from because it definitely has the wall of sound that you hear
sound. Okay.
a lot with especially the stuff that Phil Spector produced. From the classic Christmas album, with all the big Christmas hits, and I think it's the bells, and I feel like that's
Christmas cheer feeling to it.
I wouldn't have gone there with that, but I do see where you make that connection.
Do you want to
wait a second? Did I just say I think I understood how your mind worked for a second?
I think so.
God.
So we need to add a Christmas tree to the wall of serial killer.
To the serial killer wall.
Killer board, yeah. We just do Christmas tree. That all things go back.
I think somewhere in this like left-hand corner, maybe.
We'll do a fingerprint Christmas tree so it aligns with the theme here. But
Right.
yeah, all things go back to Christmas in Amanda's mind. But I mean, do you have it queued up where you could play a little bit of it? Because I want people to understand what I'm saying when I say it sounds like a music from a Christmas movie or something. Just the intro, and I'm like, ooh, this is fun.
Yeah, I'll do you better. I'll even play the music video.
Let's do it. So no Christmas trees is what you're telling me.
There's no Christmas trees. There's actually 2 versions of this video.
Okay. All right. You realize by the flamingo lips.
The flamingo lips. It's a little bit of an intro here. But, let me speed through this a little
One
bit.
could argue they're angels. I don't know.
Let me.
What is happening?
Oh wait.
Oh, he's being like abducted? Oh my.
He's going to outer space, yo.
That's so pig. It makes me think of like Donnie Darko with the rabbit. Oh, everybody needs an elephant. Maybe that's not like holiday song. Minus the creepiness.
I can hear it.
Do you realize that you have the most beautiful face?
She's singing for the elephant.
That's right.
That's pretty nice.
We're floating in space.
Do you know where that is? That's Fremont Street, Vegas.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
Rabbit, pig. Oh,
Makes you
shepherd.
cry. Do you realize that everyone you know someday will die?
When I first heard the elephant just died. What just happened?
The elephant's laying down. He's not really.
But he did it at the same time.
I know.
Everyone
I know.
will someday die.
That's a strong lyric, though, man. Let me tell you that's a really strong lyric there.
When I was listening to it for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is a Christmas jingle," and then the lyric comes that everyone you know someday will die, and I was like, "Ooh, that stung."
Yeah, it stings, but it's like
True.
it's true. I don't know, but it fits in with the song so well. I mean,
It does. And at the end of the song, the lyrics really hit when it says, "Let them know you realize that life goes fast. It's hard to make the good things last. You realize the sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning around."
yeah.
That's a really powerful couple sentences there, for me at least.
Yeah, I think this happens to be like their best known song to date. I mean, Flaming Lips have always been sort of like an underground, I wouldn't say, I mean, they have a huge following, but they've never been like this like massive like hit band in a sense. This was like their biggest hit. Because they actually started using this in commercials and things like that. And he actually said, this is what Wayne, so Wayne Coyne, he is basically Flaming Lips. I mean, he writes everything and all that, and he's the front man of the band now. So he said in Uncut Magazine in June 2008, the key song on the album is "Do You Realize?" Writing that is like meeting my wife Michelle, or one of those things that just happens to you where you say, "How lucky am I could say that I created that song, but I wouldn't have thought it had this otherworldliness." I'd run into people every time we play it who've used it for funerals, weddings, and when their kids are born. In March of 2009, this was named the official rock song of Oklahoma after an Oklahoma Rock Song Advisory Panel. What is the Oklahoma Rock Advisory Panel?
somebody who named the song number the state song.
Yeah, they narrowed down it 458 songs down to 10, and this won an online vote. It was then officially authorized as the state's official rock song as part of a Senate Joint Resolution 24.
I didn't even
Oklahoma
know.
is the Flaming Lips' home state. However, unlike some other nominees, such as Home Sweet Oklahoma, written by Leon Russell, and Oklahoma by The Call, the song's lyrics do not mention a state. Oklahoma became the third state to have an official state rock song. Oh, wow. Following Ohio, who has the McCoys, Hang on Sloopy, in Washington, which has Richard Berry's Louie Louie.
Which was a risque song,
Yeah.
if we remember. I can't remember what episode that was. Maybe season 1 that we
Yeah.
covered that song. I was not aware that states had songs. Like songs.
Well,
Like,
apparently only 2 other states have, I
mean,
guess rock songs.
that's interesting. And 4 years later, it was revoked.
Yeah, yeah. What's the Michigan state song?
I don't Go Blue, of course. Is there one?
I don't know. It's just Michigan, My Michigan. I don't know. State song of
Right,
Michigan.
like there's
My
the
Michigan.
anthem songs, but like
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there were like voting and all of that stuff.
Oh,
in
I
some states.
think
Very
these are the only 3
interesting.
states.
That's, I mean,
Yeah.
it seems fun. Good on them.
Yeah.
And I could see where people connect to this song because I think when they get to that line, it slaps everybody in the face and it shows how limited our time here on Earth actually is.
Yeah, I also love that line in this song where where it says, do you realize we're just floating in space, which is true, and that
Yeah.
and do you realize that the sun doesn't actually go down, it just is an illusion because this world is split. I just like, it's those things that you take for granted, like, oh yeah, it's right, like of course all those things are true, but like you just don't think about it. You go, we are floating in space. The sun doesn't really go down. It's just the Earth's rotation. Like it's just on the other side because the Earth is spinning.
I'll admit this. I probably, until I heard these lyrics, didn't really realize that, you think Earth is the center of the world, like everywhere. And no, we really are just spinning in space. We are a part of space.
And we're not even the center of the universe.
We're not even the center of the universe.
This teeny, tiny little dot that somehow exists. In this,
Let's go down.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go down the rabbit hole. Do you believe that there are intellectual or not even intellectual life out there? Do you believe that?
Great question. And same goes for everybody out there listening.
Yes,
Let us know.
like, I
But
wanna
yes,
know.
I 100% believe that there is life in the universe. I don't think there's intelligent life in our solar system,
Including us.
including us, including human beings. I believe there's life somewhere in our solar system other than here on Earth. I don't believe there's intelligent life here in the
Within
solar
our
system.
little-
Within our solar system.
Okay.
But in the universe, 1,000% yes. Yes.
Do you think they look like us? Do you think
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's
I don't
so
know.
weird.
It's so
Like, I
hard.
don't
It's so hard.
know.
It's because it's like you got to think like anything evolves from it's the world that it lives in. So, we've adapted the
unless
way
it
we
was a
have
tribute to
because
Earth.
of the way Earth is,
Sure.
and we've got everything we need for survival. That's why
Mhm.
we evolved the way we are right now. But good
or bad.
good or bad. That's the way we are. But I would think that life on other planets is that whatever species is there has evolved to survive whatever the environment is.
The
there.
elements.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I do think that there is some sort of life way beyond anything that we could ever.
Dave is saying he doesn't believe in extraterrestrials. That's okay, Dave.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I feel like it could be out there.
I agree. I agree.
And if we'll dive into it a little bit more when we listen to the song that I also shared with
Yes.
you, because if it was me, I'd be turning right around if I encountered Earth.
Yes. I wouldn't blame them either. I'd be like, oh, the species, I gotta tell you.
No intelligent
yeah.
life back home.
I'm turning right around. So with this song in particular, do you realize I picked this song because I've always felt like that while it's not 100% all about space, but they do bring a lot of spacey themes into it. And I also feel like, once again, I feel like the song makes me feel like I'm floating in space.
That is so interesting. Is that based on just the sound or the vision also of the video? Like where?
No, because when I'd heard this song before I'd ever seen a music video back in
And
the
you just
day.
had that.
But I just felt like it had that like
transcending feeling.
there's certain songs I hear. By the way, there's an entire genre if you you may have seen some of it as you were. I know you going onto Spotify and doing like songs about space or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like an entire category of like space rock, like music that's designed to make you feel like you're in space, or stuff that's inspired about like real hardcore, some super nerdy stuff. But there like are bands that's all they write about. But it's also a feeling too of like, it's sort of like this like wave, like gentle wave. I feel like a lot of times, even the heavier songs, you just kind of feel like you're
on the ride.
You're floating in space. Like you're literally just floating. And I feel like songs like this like give me that feeling of, it's just so weird and so metaphysical stuff, but it gives me that feeling like bands like Hum. Like I love Hum because all of Hum stuff is like heavy, down-tuned, but it's just everything's very like spacey sounding. And even my band, like when I did my band back in the day, Situation at 1200, we were like way influenced by all that stuff. And all our songs are about three things: space, girls, and girls in space. Those were all everything. All our songs are about that.
Okay, if I tell you guys a story, Chris, you promise me you won't cut it out and clip it, because if you clip it, who it's about might see it.
Ooh.
So if they've been in the show for an hour and they hear this, it's much less likely that they're going to hear it. But if they do, okay, I'll be kind.
All right,
I'll be kind.
Be kind.
It's a story about my neighbors.
Whoa.
So they're so kind.
You can't whisper because you're on a mic and you're on a live stream. So you're like whispering, but like.
Oh, I feel like the whisper's better though. Okay. So, all right. So my neighbor, oh my gosh, they're great. They're great. But once a year, they get a fleet of hippie vans that arrive at their house.
Not hippies.
I mean, vans and all. They're very peaceful people. So there's like a fleet of hippie vans, you guys. They get their fires started, and all through the nights, they play space music.
Yes. So this sounds like my kind of people.
And but I wake up early, right?
Right.
And I mean, it's loud, but I can sleep through anything. And so you wake up I get up at 3 sometimes in the summer because, daylight's at 5. And I'm like, yes. And you hear the music going, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's like real meditative, spacey stuff.
Yes. And he does this thing with this rope that has balls at the end that light on fire. And it's like so long, and he can twirl it around.
Wow.
All to this very eclectic, space sounding music. I mean, it is a show for a full weekend. Full weekend of this transcending all this stuff. And from my yard, we just watch it. They've always invited us over, but I'm like, how does one do that?
Pure entertainment.
It's free entertainment.
I love it.
We are logged off. We are not streaming a thing because we are real life streaming. I don't even know what you're just that.
Experiencing life.
I'm experiencing life through somebody else, and it is magical. So there is this. Oh, it is something. I may send y'all.
I may have to book a trip to come out there at the same time that's going on.
I'll have to ask what weekend they're hosting this year.
Yeah, I think I'm making a trip out there.
Everyone get their hippie buses. It is quite a show.
I'll bring some treats.
They've got them. Don't worry. They've got them. So, I mean, it's not a bad story, but yeah, it's a story. It's very fascinating. And you know what? We are very not that type of people around.
We're not those types of people.
We are not that free spirited like they are. So like everyone's like, that's something. I had
It's
to
amazing.
mention it during this show. Sorry,
No.
everyone.
So Amanda, where do you rate? Do you realize at a scale of 1 to 5 records?
4 records.
4 records for Do You
4
Realize?
records. I don't feel like I'm floating, to your point, Chris,
Right.
but I definitely feel like there is something about just being very relaxed listening to it. I think the lyrics are, again, like I said, very meaningful, and
Right.
I really enjoyed it. I would not skip it.
Okay. All right. Very good then. Very,
good
good.
song.
I will take your 4 records for Do You Realize by the Flamingo Lips.
What a long segment.
Yeah.
We went down a lot of
Yeah.
rabbit holes.
We did. Hey, so real quick, so Dave's checking in. For me, Flaming Lips will always be She Don't Use Jelly, and possibly The Supreme Being teaches Spider-Man how to be in love. Yeah, those are good songs. Those are very good songs. He said other fun space songs, Monty Python, The Galaxy Song, The Randells, The Martian Hop, and They Might Be Giants, Does the Sun Shine? Oh, that's a great one. They might Be Giants. That's a good one.
I'm pretty sure I think he's shared the Martian Hop with us before. I
Yeah.
feel like I know that one.
And talking about state songs, he said, my state song is My Old Kentucky Home. That is his state song. So,
I think my state needs a song.
yeah, I think so.
All right, Chris. Let's keep diving in. We are so behind.
Keep diving in. Are we behind?
I mean, we make our own schedule, but
Yeah,
we're only on the 4th song.
it's all right. We're having fun. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. We need
are.
our public watch hours to go up here on YouTube, so we're keeping you guys all
Here you
glued here
go.
on purpose. Yeah.
There is some truth to that.
Speaking of which, an hour into the show, please make sure you hit that subscribe button.
If you're still hanging
if
in
you're
there.
still hanging in there, hit that
Thank you,
subscribe
Dave.
button. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Dave. So anyway, all right. So here we go. All right. So your next song to me is Fly Me to the Moon. Right? I have that right? Yeah. And this was obviously, I know the song. This is a very, very popular song. However, the band I did not know. I think it's a Macarons.
Yeah, I don't. That sounds right.
Yeah. So it's Macarons project is a duo, Re and Dito, Dito, Dito or Ditto. And they are a Canadian-based Indonesian duo who began uploading their music to YouTube, and the response was so amazing. By 2017, their fan base began to grow rapidly, which inspired them to create content regularly. They have been musically inclined since childhood, having spent much of their time creating and performing with their siblings. As a result, they developed many technical skills and have an affinity for all types of music, and this eventually led to the inception of the Macarons project. Currently, they have over 750,000 YouTube subscribers and over 290 million total streams, and counting on Spotify. They've been featured multiple times in acoustic favorites Spotify editors. So let me say that again because I couldn't get that. Acoustic favorites Spotify editors playlist. So you know how Spotify does like their curated playlist.
Yeah.
They've appeared, and I got it. Is that how you found them?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
They're on that Nora Jones
Got
or
it.
Sarah. How do you spell her last name?
Bareilles.
Thank you.
Sarah Bareilles.
Chris, help me out. How? Yeah, they just kind of nestle and they're really nice. I mean, I could have given you the most popular rendition of this, which I would argue Frank Sinatra's.
Yeah, no,
Probably,
Frank's
but-
version is great, but this song's always been cool. I mean, God, if you ever been to a wedding, you've heard this song.
Yeah.
Fly me, it's a dinner, and now here it is, and now we're gonna ask everybody to sit down while dinner is served, and then all of a sudden,
Fly me to the moon.
It's part of the wedding dinner playlist.
Absolutely. And when I listen to his song, I really enjoy it, but I do feel like it's just a beat too beaty. Like it's just a little too upbeat where
Well, it's swinging. It's swinging.
It
Fly
is
me
swinging.
to the moon.
And when I hear it brought down just a tiny bit to
Yeah.
how they control it, I really prefer that because I love this song. It
Yeah.
really speaks to me. And when they sing it, I feel like they nestled it. I say nestle a ton today. I'm sorry.
Nestled. That's word of the day, everybody, is nestled.
I
Nestled.
just feel like it settles in really nicely.
Yeah. All right, so let's check this out. So I'm on their YouTube channel. 680,000
bravo.
subscribers. Yeah.
Bravo.
36 million views, by the way, everybody, of this song. Released 6 years ago. That's impressive.
It is. And aren't they adorable?
They are.
They are cute.
Yeah. So once again, for everybody who's just listening to the audio version of this, I just want to remind everybody that you can watch the video version of this on YouTube. And we're also, so what we're doing today is we're actually going and watching the video versions of these songs.
Yeah. Why not?
So yeah, why not? We're mixing it up a little bit. So all right, so here's "Fly Me to the Moon," by the Macarons. Let's listen to this.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Yeah. So this version's great.
I love
I
how-
really love this.
I love how he's just sitting there, no shoes on.
Yeah.
They are just so intimately at home who they are. And it's like we've been welcomed into their space. And that's I feel so comfortable like watching them, like, oh my gosh, you're just magical.
I definitely am envious of this kind of stuff because I play guitar, but I don't play guitar as good as that guy. Yeah, but I don't practice enough. I just don't do it as much as I used to back in the day. But I am envious of just being able to pick up a guitar like that and just have someone sing and just go. And I'm like, oh.
Okay. When's the last time, if you ever have you serenaded Rachel?
No, I can't sing. I can't carry. Actually, Rachel and I used to do a band together too. So back in the day,
You should probably.
we had a
you
band
guys-
together.
All right. You know what I think will take us to the next level? It'll
What?
be for the show. So
Okay.
bag Rachel. You should just sing a little.
Me?
Get
You guys
Rachel.
have heard me try to sing on this show.
Well, let Rachel shine.
yeah. No, Rachel's got the voice. I can't sing. Rachel's the one that
Right.
sings.
Should kind of try to recreate that.
Recreate that vibe.
Oh, Chris.
All right, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll work on something.
5 minutes
Yeah.
for you, 5
Yeah.
minutes for us.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, I like this version. I think this is great. I always love when you kind of take a song like that, so popular, in such American like pop culture and so mainstream, and then take it and really break the song down. And we've always talked about this, right? The quality of a song
Yeah.
that it almost doesn't matter like which form you put it in, it still kind of retains for the most part.
Yeah.
I've heard some really horrible covers of
Yeah.
some songs, but this I like the quiet approach, the very indie sad girl kind of thing. It's that, but I think they do it really well. I really like this version. I think it's cool. I don't know if it's a 4 record for me. I do like their performance though. I think it's super sweet, and I like what they bring to the song. So I give it a 3.8. I give it
Okay.
3.8.
I
3.8.
receive that.
Yeah.
Where would you rate Frank Sinatra's version of it?
See, I like Frank's like swing, of it. I like
Sure.
that. I like this quieter version. Frank is he's Frank.
Frank
He's
is
little blue
Frank.
eyes. I don't know if it's an eternity song, but
Okay.
I'd give it like a 4.3 or 4.4
Okay.
or something around there.
So significantly higher. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
for the
okay.
Frank version. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let us know
Yes.
on the comments below. What did you think of that version by the Macarons? What did you guys think of that version of the song? And what do you think about Frank's version? Let us know. Is it cool? Do you like it? How would you rate it? 1 to 5 records? Let us know. We'd love to
Let
hear
us
from you.
know. Are we getting it right?
Yeah. Yes. Are we getting it right?
Right.
I know you guys will let us know. So that's for sure.
All right, Chris, we're getting towards the end here. So your last song to me is Starlight by Muse.
Muse.
Muse?
Just Muse.
Just, Amanda, take it back 20 notches. Just Muse.
There's Muse. Overcomplicating it.
Muse?
Muse.
Starlight by Muse. Let's see here. All right.
All right.
Where do I rate this? It is the Magic Mind, you guys.
You had way too much Magic Mind today.
I know. Take her back.
Yeah.
All right. This is my least favorite of your three. But with that said,
I actually thought you would dig this.
Very much like it.
Okay, all right.
I'm rating it very good at the end of the day, but
Right.
it is not. I just felt like you really gave me some two super strong ones to start, and then there's this one. What I enjoyed was the kind of the message behind the song.
Yeah.
Where Matt said, Starlight is more of a personal song about what it's like to be on the road for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you're losing touch with who you are. And that kind of vibe. Also, Matt said it's a pretty simple love song, really. Well, love song, sort of missing your girlfriend type of song, blah, blah, blah. And so I can really appreciate that it's just from that kind of perspective, because anyone who has been away from home or has a significant other that goes away from home, I mean, you do start to lose steam, or you just kind of like, what are we, what is me? Like it's interesting. So I really appreciate there's a lot of lyrics in this one. So let's look at this.
Yeah, no, this is this
little section.
Wow, look at all the printing you did, by the way.
I
Super
know.
impressive.
Thanks.
Kudos.
So here's Pink Moon.
Yeah.
And then here is Starlight by Muse. I can't not.
Muse. This a band Muse. Like who?
Muse. Don't you know?
don't you know Muse? Starlight by Muse.
Starlight.
You mean Muse?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Same thing. We gonna get some hate mail.
That girl's
out of control. Cut her mic. So I really like this one. I did not watch and see the video. So is there a fun video with this one?
There is a video for this. And by the way, this was off this band's their record Black Holes and Revelations, released in 2006. So this band has always had very spacey themed kind of songs, album covers, all kinds of stuff. So I've always dug Muse. I'm gonna personally say I'm not this giant Muse, they're not on this pedestal for me of being this, oh my god, I have to listen to everything Muse does. But I've always liked this song, and I like a lot of the singles they release. I think they're just a really good band. I actually felt like their very first record that ever came out was so Radiohead kind of sounding, and I love Radiohead so much. But I felt like and then I feel like they just totally evolved and became such their own thing here. So, but yeah, I've always really liked this song. So let's play the video of Starlight and listen to a little bit of it as well. I love this riff too. I think this riff is great. They look cool too.
Picture this. 16 candles where he pulls up and he's sitting outside of the car.
Yeah.
For Molly Raymond to call him out. I feel like this could have easily been placed in there, even though this is such a recent song.
By the way, I love the early 2000s, mid 2000s aesthetic here. These guys are so cool looking, man. I could never look this cool, ever. These guys look cool.
You think they were really on that boat?
Yeah,
I guess so.
All right. Yeah, so listen, I like that video. I think it's cool. I was a little disappointed that when I first saw the video, it wasn't on an actual spaceship, because when I hear the lyrics of the song, he's like, I'm on a shit, like,
Okay.
and I'm like, I picture he's in a spaceship traveling traveling through stars, and then I'm like, oh, he's on the boat. I'm a little like, oh, okay. All right. I mean, I get it.
But
I mean, it's still a ship.
honestly, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Dave saying my favorite Muse song
You say song.
is Madness, but they have several great ones like Big Freeze and The Uprising. That is
Dave,
good. And Uprising.
again, your complexity and your depth
Yeah.
of all of your music knowledge is just so impressive.
But yeah, I want this music video to be on a spaceship so bad.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Right?
Because it's not like they're talking about black holes and revelations and stuff. Like, it seemed appropriate that the ship reference would be a space ship.
Which, I know you can't exactly get a spaceship. I mean, this is also 2006. And I mean, yeah, technology was there. I think nowadays it'd be a little bit technologically easier to shoot inside. I mean, looking at those Ronnie Radke videos with all the stuff that he does now, I can see it could be done now. In 2024, it could be done.
Definitely see where you would have.
I'm sure they just didn't have the budget to go do that. So like, well, why don't we just go on a big carrier ship and do it there?
A plain flat carrier.
Sure, okay, we'll just do it there instead, and we'll just look freaking cool, like rock stars on the ship.
I'm not falling into their look as much as you are. I feel like they look put together and dapper.
Maybe it's because they all have hair and I don't, and I'm like, man,
They're
can do whatever they want with their hair. They have hair, and I got nothing.
Same.
At least you have hair.
Well, you did see the video that if I ever get rich, the sign that will say that I got rich as I get extensions.
David saying a couple weeks ago I was in a film shoot on a battleship.
Stop getting cooler.
Dave's life is like Dave lives a magical life.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
He really does. We're just in our offices,
Right.
recording a show from a squeaky chair.
Doing a live stream. Yeah.
Doing a live stream. All right, where do
All
I
right.
rate
Okay.
Starlight by Muse?
Starlight by Muse. Muse.
4 records.
All right, I'll take that was easy. 4 records.
4 records. So again, great playlist you sent me this week. I really enjoyed all of the songs. They are not just on some of them are made. The Pink Moon made it on my Working Through Life playlist.
Right.
And that's like a big deal.
Which I still have yet to hear that in its entire Working Through Life playlist.
I'm gonna send it to you and you're gonna be like, oh Amanda, go to therapy.
That is therapy. It's your Working Through Life playlist.
There you go. There you go.
So I'm glad Pink Moon made that playlist though. That's good.
It's a special song.
But four records for Muse. No, it's good. I mean, I like the song. I think it's a cool riff. It's just, it's very I think it's just this band's sound has definitely evolved. Their last record I thought was really cool. I just think they're just like really cool band. It just puts out consistently like pretty decent music. Like I don't skip Muse when they come on. I don't. I think they're cool. I really should listen to them more than I do because I do like everything I hear. It just isn't my go-to. Let me put Muse on. But maybe I should. I gotta break out of it, man. I'm like in a cycle. I'm tired of listening to the same. Like I gotta start listening to more. I gotta dive into some deeper catalogs here.
I
gotta
think
break
we all
it free.
fall into that trap of listening to what we are our go-tos.
Yeah. So guys out there, and Dave already put up some, let me know, what other Muse songs should I check out other than what they play on the radio? What other Muse songs do you guys recommend? Let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear it. I know Dave already gave Madness and Big Freeze and Uprising, but let me know. I'd love to do it. I'll check out some more Muse stuff. So, all right, Amanda, that girl. I feel like we're saving the best for last.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, so we just gotta dive. I'm just diving right into this because we have to watch the video.
Buckle up. This is
buckle up, everybody.
This is a show stopper.
So listen, Amanda and I, especially Amanda, we love the Carpenters. We love the Carpenters
so much.
So much so, if I can even find it.
If Karen was, if there was a way Maybe, maybe, just maybe, AI will do something.
I hope so. So listen, we like the Carpenters so much that Amanda went ahead and actually designed these like Carpenter shirts, which I gotta find. They're so great. Oh, here we go.
Jeff, who was
Can I-
on our
Can
podcast.
everybody see that? Yeah. So she developed these shirts. We have a whole line of these, by the way. So go over to songswapshowdown.com or songswapshowdownmerch.com to go buy your
Yeah.
shirts, to buy official Song Swap Showdown. But we have the Coffee and the Carpenters, the perfect blend shirts. So we are huge Carpenters fans.
So
More so,
good.
I'd say, Amanda, you're definitely a bigger fan than I am.
But it's nice that you can appreciate my love for them
Yes.
by you enjoy them as well.
I really do love the Carpenters, but I will say that the song that you threw me today is a song that I forgot existed in the Carpenters catalog. I really did. I have completely forgotten that this song exists.
It's
And what a
so
wild
random.
story about this song. It's so random. Like
So random.
the Carpenters did this song. It feels so random.
It really does.
How do you? All right. So listen. The song is called. Let me just get it. The song is called "Calling All Occupants of Interplanetary Craft." Right. The song was originally done by Klaatu on the album Klaatu, and they were a Canadian band. So they were a Canadian band called Klaatu. So here's the background of the song before we get into playing the video and all that. I gotta set the stage here because I think it puts
Set the
things into
stage.
context. So. From songfacts.com. The song was inspired by an actual event as described in The Flying Saucer Reader by J. David in 1967. It seems that a group known as the International Flying Saucer Bureau,
Just digest that.
so here's a couple things before we move on. First of all, I want a shirt for International Flying Saucer Bureau. I need. I don't know what their logo looks like. We have to Google what their logo looks like because I'm sure it's got to be.
It's not going to look like NASA.
I actually feel like we need to make our own version of this.
Okay.
I have to find the international. I'll look for this later. Because I was just thinking about it, but I need to have that shirt. So anyway, the International Flying Saucer Bureau, greatest name ever. That's a great name for a band. Sent a communique to all of its members asking them to participate in an experiment termed World Contact Day.
There you go.
How did I miss World Contact Day? I guess because I wasn't born yet.
We weren't born.
Yeah. Basically, they said that at a predetermined date and time, all the members should try to simultaneously send a telepathic message into outer space in the hopes of contacting extraterrestrials. This is all very rational, by the way.
Very rational.
I'm not poo-pooing any of this.
Yeah.
The actual message they sent started with the words, calling all occupants of interplanetary craft. I'm really having a hard time saying interplanetary.
Well, it's a word.
So in 1977, now I am born. Now I'm alive in the world that this... the Carpenters covered this with the help of the LA Philharmonic and a 60-voice choir. Their version, of course, was a worldwide hit, including number 9 on the UK, number 32 in the US. Richard Carpenter recalls saying, "I heard the song on Canadian group Klaatu's debut album and couldn't resist recording it. I wish I could be a fly in the wall the day Richard Carpenter heard this song and was like,
that's the one.
We are doing this. We're doing a Carpenter's version of this song." He goes, "Lyrics such as these don't come along every day."
No, you're right.
Peter Knight penned the creative orchestration to the arrangement. In addition to the guitar work, long-standing Carpenters guitarist Tony Peluso reprises his role as the befuddled DJ at the beginning of this. So he as a befuddled DJ, this performance must be fairly convincing for following its release. Received numerous letters wanting to know when, in fact, World Contact Day was scheduled. Oh my God! So I love the connection is almost like your serial killer board.
A little bit. And you know what is
Like,
so interesting?
I
Even
hear this song and somehow it becomes a Carpenters song.
Yeah. And besides it being so odd to us, it works for them.
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong.
Yeah. And Dave saying, yeah, Klaatu got their name from the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. Yes, great movie. The original. The remake with Keanu Reeves, not so much. The original version, fantastic science fiction film. Yeah, you could almost call On Top of the World a space song.
Okay, you're not wrong.
You're right. And then Dave also wants to know, when do we get a whole episode dedicated to fish heads?
Ooh, that might be hard.
All right, so getting back to this. It's just amazing that this song exists by the Carpenters, that there's a Carpenters version. So, of course, what makes it even better is that they made a music video for this song.
Like 8 minutes of it.
Yeah. So we're not going to listen to the whole 8 minutes, but I do want to, like, with the DJ beginning and get to where Karen's singing. But I'm like this, and once again, I feel like this video is easily a TikTok video today. Like easily, the filter and everything.
It's, well.
It's something.
Everybody. And if you're only listening, take the time to find us. Find us or find this.
Yeah, it's outstanding. So, all right. So here's Carpenters calling the occupants of interplanetary craft. Once again, the whole video is 7 minutes and 14 seconds. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. This version. This version was uploaded 11 years ago and has 4 million views, by the way. Oh, this is something. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
All right,
we're doing this. We're doing this.
All right, everybody, strap in. Here we go. The whole opening sketch is great.
All Hit Radio. All right, you're listening to All Hit Radio, and it's 53 degrees at 13 minutes past the hour. And right now on our All Request line, I've got Mike Ledgerwood on the phone. Hey, babe, what would you like to hear?
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe, I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well. You're going to have to speak a little closer into the phone. Okay, babe, what would you like to hear again?
We are observing your Earth.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry, babe, but that's not on our playlist. And by the way, you sound great over the phone. Anyway, if you give us your request, we'll be glad to play it for you, babe, so let's hear it.
We are observing your Earth.
Listen, Mike, I'm sorry, babe, but we can't...
And we'd like to make...
I'm sorry, Mike, there's...
a contact with you.
Hold on.
You, Karen.
Hold on. That's the first 54 seconds. And then I just love how Karen Carpenter comes floating into this. Casually floating into the frame here.
Beautifully feathered hair.
It's so beautiful. And then
Eyes
Karen begins to
closed.
sing. This is great. Guys, I'm telling you, you have to watch this video. It's outstanding.
Baby,
He called the alien called the DJ baby.
we'd like to make
I'm sorry, Mike, there's...
a contact with you. Baby,
You,
In
Karen.
your mind, you have capacities, you know, to telepath messages through the vast unknown. Please close your eyes and concentrate with every thought you think upon the recitation we're about to sing.
Hold on.
Man, she really like...
Do you have an outfit like this? Is that an all green
It is.
pantsuit?
And it's satin, too.
And a little accessory belt?
A little.
You think the belt is separate or it's like sewed into the
It's probably... They're usually sewed in.
right, okay.
2 little loops, one on each side.
Do you have something like this?
Not exactly. But I'm not saying I wouldn't wear it.
I gotta tell you, the effects in this video are outstanding for 1977. I just want to let you know that Star Wars came out in 1977.
Coincidence? Maybe.
We're about to
Just floats out.
calling occupants of interplanetary craft.
Karen Carpenter can sing anything and make it sound amazing.
Occupants of interplanetary most extraordinary craft.
I can't imagine.
Calling
This is literally Karen Carpenter can sing anything and make it sound like this is like
Reasonable.
The lyrics of this song are like weird. Sorry.
Imagine.
And she makes it sound so Calling occupants of interplanetary craft.
How welcoming.
It's so great.
Are you there? Are you there? See, if only Suri had Karen Carpenter's voice, I wouldn't get so angry at her.
Oh my God! Yes, could Apple? Could we please contact the Carpenters estate and please
Yes.
make Karen Carpenter's voice the voice of because I love the. I mean, I think Karen Carpenter's voice makes everything sound so much better, including this song.
I have searched the galaxy, and these are your results. Like, wouldn't that be so much better than Bree's voice?
And I actually am now like that. I'm glad this song exists because I feel like this is a great welcoming song to our space lords.
A gift she left us behind.
Yeah, I mean she's in the sun right now. Hold on, I love the little spaceship too.
Yeah.
Extraordinary craft.
I've got to see the record. I would love to see the behind the scenes recording
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft.
this. Like how it picks up here.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary most extraordinary craft.
That's the best line.
You've been observing our Earth,
And it becomes like a duet.
and we'd like to be
Becomes a duet while singing over like these kind of like scary images of like aliens. By the way,
Agreed. Yet it works.
right? Like, and the way she sings this line with the of most extraordinary.
Ordinary
with-
craft.
of interplanetary most extraordinary
So smooth.
craft.
Like these aliens are a little frightening. Like
Like that's like from straight out from a plague.
it sounds like a nightmare. I mean, no offense to our alien overlords, but you know these look a little frightening, and
A
they
little
look
bit.
a little frightened of us, but when they should be.
That little neck could not hold up that brain.
A contact with you. We are your friends.
This is outstanding.
Something.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary ultra emissaries.
Wait a second. I love this bow tie that he's got going on here. Richard Carpenter.
They've got costume changes in this.
Like they are all dressed to the nines
Hey.
for like she's got like a white satin dress on now.
Look at how she's gonna welcome the aliens, and look at how the aliens are dressed.
He looks like a cruise director. Like Richard like today on this episode of Love Boat.
Of interplanetary ultra emissaries.
Ultra emissary.
We've been observing your Earth.
Is that her doing the alien voice?
Maybe.
A contact with you.
Oh my god. I love that this exists. This is why YouTube is so fantastic.
Little UFOs.
All right, I can't. We're gonna watch this whole. It's 7 minutes long. All right. First of all, I love that YouTube exists, that we can go and watch this because this is just outstanding. Please, you guys gotta watch this. Just throw it on. This song's great. It's great.
Full version. Watch
Yeah.
the full version.
Watch the full version. Oh, Dave Madley saying, "I for one welcome our song swap overlords." It was for an amazingly fun space song and video. I recommend David Hasselhoff's Guardians
Oh.
Inferno, the closing credit song to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yes.
That
is great.
Whole, the whole
Yeah.
playlist for all the movies are just
Yeah.
phenomenal. They chose some really good songs. So this is a special song.
This is definitely a special song. I mean, I love the Carpenters. And what makes this song so great is that it's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that the Carpenters make it so normal.
Like nonchalant.
Like
Is it everybody singing about
a
aliens?
Carpenter's version of this? Like I gotta find the original.
You know what's really interesting too is had the theme of the Wheel of Themes not landed on this
Yeah.
particular episode theme, I would never have been able to hand you this particular Carpenter song.
All right,
it
hold
was
on.
a gift
It was a gift.
from the
All right.
wheel.
All right, we got it. There's the original version, by the way, by
Right.
Clat 2. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna play a little bit of this.
Which I have never heard, actually, I'll admit.
All right, I'm gonna speed through it a little bit. Just
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary
It's the Clat 2
most
version.
extraordinary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft.
sounds like Pink Floyd.
Calling occupants of interplanetary
It's actually not too far off, other than the fact that
Calling occupants of interplanetary most extraordinary craft. You've been observing now.
Okay, so the Carpenters.
yeah,
We'd like to
had a little fun there.
Yeah.
a contact with you.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Jinx. That's it. Can't talk for the rest of the show. Yeah, so that's like the Clat 2 version of that song. So actually, very very similar arrangement though,
Very.
except that. Of course,
Buttery.
Richard Carpenter, they Carpenterized it and adding the LA Philharmonic and a 60 voice choir. Big difference.
Because every song about that needs
Yeah.
choir.
You know what? I'd say that this version is definitely
bad.
much. That was released in 76, 75, that version. So I would say I think that version's just more on a psychedelic Pink Floyd kind of. It reminds me of that, like Saucer Full of Secrets. Well, a little past Saucer Full of Secrets, maybe more in that like, but somewhere between like Dark Side of the Moon and Echoes and all that. But like, I like the version. A little bit I heard, but you know, nothing beats Karen Carpenter's silky smooth voice. In fact, somebody had a great comment here in the comments about this song on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was when I was reading the comments before. Oh, he said, simply the most beautiful female voice. Oh yeah, here it is. Her voice is this is it. This is the quote, Amanda. You're always always remember this quote. Her voice is like the smoothest creamy vanilla pudding you've ever tasted.
You're not wrong.
That's right. You're not wrong,
You're
Pat.
not wrong.
Pat Kelly 8293.
Now Dave's saying he prefers the Clat
Clat
2
2
version, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
If
let us
I-
know, guys. Yeah, everybody let us know in the comments which version you prefer.
If I didn't have such a love for Karen's voice, I probably would enjoy the other version a little bit. I actually do like the version.
Yeah.
I would say so. The difference is Karen's version is what I listen to on my side of the street. The Clat 2 version is for when those hippie bands pull up.
There you go.
There's two different versions needed in this world.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the other difference, and I don't know if there's a video for Clat 2, but nothing beats that music video, by the way.
Quite.
And that's only 3.5 minutes into it, guys. There's the 7-minute video. So.
And think for the 70s. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Right. Star Wars came out in 77.
That's impressive. All right. So with all of the 20 minutes we've
Oh my
spent
God.
on
Yeah,
this
we just
song,
spent 20 minutes talking about this song, but it was deserved to be talked about.
it did. You saved the best for last, right?
I saved the best for last. I don't know if I could give this song a 5 record,
I understand.
but I may gotta tell you the entertainment value and the fact that it is the Carpenters really gives it a good boost. All right, so let's go. The music video, pure entertainment value. I don't know if I could watch the full 7 minutes. Is definitely like you get like, okay, it's long, but
Yeah.
it is fun. I give the music video the song. I give it a 4.5 just because it's. I'm so entertained by it. The song itself though is pretty smooth, and I give it a 4. I give the song a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I do like the song. Here's the thing: is this is a song as I said, I completely forgot existed in the Carpenters catalog of songs, and now I'm like obsessed with the song.
And it's not one of I listen to a lot of Carpenter songs over and over and over again. This is not one that's on the repeat playlist.
No.
When it comes on, it is that treat of, man, they really stretched.
They really pushed themselves. Yeah.
Pushed themselves, and
Yeah.
it was still well received. It just shows talent can sell just about anything.
By the way, I do want to point out that Karen Carpenter, now I know we love Karen Carpenter a lot, and I do think that she can sing anything. However, I will say that there was a unreleased. It did not get released, and you could actually hear the demos of it.
What do I not know?
Karen Carpenter did like a rock album. And it was like her only one, and never actually kind of released it. It was, she wanted to do something rock sounding. She just wanted to stretch. And I've heard tracks from it. It's not great. It's not great. And I just, and I don't know what year it was that she wrote that or did that, but it wasn't released.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 9 unreleased tracks from her rock record. And yeah, it just wasn't, it was her trying, and I listen, I don't blame her for trying it. I'm glad she did, because she should have done whatever she wanted. But it just didn't fit her voice, and that kind of style of music just did not fit. But it's definitely worth going to listen to if you just want to hear it. Hey, she took a chance, she took a risk. It didn't exactly work for her. Right. But it is interesting to listen to, because all artists should want to explore and try to stretch themselves. So kudos to her for trying it. But it is an interesting little thing to go look up, and it's on YouTube. You can hear the unreleased tracks. They're they're a little rough because they're older. They were never really finished, and it wasn't released.
Sure.
So, but yeah, go check it out if you want to check out some more Karen Carpenter stuff. Yeah.
Well, before we go to the wheel of show themes, let's just tally up what we got here. Chris, you are the winner of today's
Interplanetary
spacecraft show, coming in at 13, and I came in not too far behind at 12.4. So congratulations, you own space now.
I own space. Space is mine. All of space.
Space is yours.
It's called Chris's Space.
That's right. That's right. If you
forever
like a star, please reach out to
Chris. If you find a star or any kind of new astrological body, please check in with me, because I am now the master of space.
Yes.
Not time, although space and time do go hand in hand.
They do.
Maybe I am the master of space and time.
Master of the universe.
That's right. I'm the master of the universe. There you go.
Plain and simple.
I have the power, as
it has been declared by winning the show. Chris is master of the universe.
Master of the universe. Where's my belt? I need a belt. Championship belt. All right. All right, everybody.
Fantastic.
So we have reached that point in the show where it's time to pick next week's theme. So if you hung in there this long,
thank you.
Thank you for doing that. But of course, you don't listen how we always do it too. We do go back and re-optimize these videos, by the way, so you can hit the chapters and listen to the songs you want to listen to, hear us talk about the songs. And then if you want to skip right to the Wheel of Show themes, you could do that as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, Amanda.
Let's do it.
What time is it?
The Wheel of Show themes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. It is that time. In the show, we spin the Wheel of Show themes to pick next week's show theme, and from which we will both be choosing our songs.
This is what guides us.
This is the ultimate guide.
Which I just love, because we would never have chosen this week's theme. So that's why this show theme wheel is spectacular.
That is right. Okay, here we go.
Do it.
Spinning the wheel. Next week's show theme is...
Oh, boy. Okay.
Songs about revenge.
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow. Okay.
Good
So-
thing there's a lot.
Yeah, we went from songs about space to songs about revenge.
I'm gonna slash your tires.
Amanda's excited about this.
Well, it's always the ones that you least suspect
Yeah.
get the most crazy.
That's right. That is right. So,
Songs
all right.
about revenge.
Songs about revenge. So there we go. That is next week's show theme. Let the madness begin. Everybody, please submit your song suggestions for songs about revenge. We'll also make a post here on YouTube, right? So not only on our Facebook group, which you can join for free, we also been posting things now on YouTube. You can post, and so we're posting things on there as well. So let us know your suggestions as to what should make our playlists to swap with each other for songs about revenge. And then Dave said, listen for songs about revenge from space. There
Karen,
you go.
got
Might
something up
be.
your sleeve? Maybe I'll find it on that Karen Rock
You might find the Karen Rock
Archive.
album. Yeah,
about revenge.
that's right. That is right. You might just find
Challenge
it there.
accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching today. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Thank you so much, Dave, who really just dominated the chat today, man. Dropping some great gems. And of
Read
course,
the show.
yes. And of course, our friend Ian from Australia, thank you for putting in those song suggestions. And everybody else who is watching and enjoying us live today, we do appreciate you. And if you are checking out the show on demand here on YouTube or anywhere on the go, wherever you get podcasts, we do appreciate. Make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're watching or listening to us, because it does help the show grow. It also helps any of your other favorite creators out there that you support as well. So make sure you just take that second to do that very important action, because that it does help us, not just us, but all creators, to help grow their channel and help get discovered by others who may like this kind of content. If you love what we're doing, we'd love to hear from you. So make sure you let us know in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to our email. And that does it for us today, everybody. Amanda, any final words?
This was good, and this was long. So thanks for staying with us.
That's right. To get notified every single time we drop a new episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown, just hit that follow button wherever you get your podcasts. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, please use the email address in our show notes and we'll get right back to you. And last but not least, please feel free to follow us over on our social accounts on Instagram and TikTok at Song Swap Showdown, or join our ever-growing community in our Facebook group by using the link in our show notes. Thanks for listening.